Good afternoon. I'm Queen Laquana, and I am concerned about the welfare of my children, my grandchildren, and the humanity in the world. It's something spiritually has come over me, and my ancestors have contact me to let you know what we need to do and what's happening to us. I took my notes over my self-discovery growth book and affirmation that my children gave me for my born day. And I take a lot of notes and everything. So, how are you? Assalamu alaikum, ciao, and everything other religions say. But I want to be serious right now and take the time out to reflect on our own humanity. We are in a state of emergency. First and foremost, mankind is in a deplorable state, time frames, which have been established by mankind, human beings. Beings are not always the same as those set by the creator of the universe. How much preparation does mankind needs? With some exceptions, mankind is in a, again, state of an emergency. Spiritually, mentally, physically, socially, and financially. If one has any idea of what a perfect human race should be, he can see how much preparation is necessary and what a tremendous change must take place in the hearts of men and women in order to enter the path to expansion. The human mind cannot solve problems because the human mind alone wants only itself to survive. However, when mankind, human mind, is one with mind of the universal creator, the two as one can solve any problem. 20 years, I know exactly what a perfect world would be like. 10 years later, I wasn't so certain, and now I'm only sure that I don't know. I imagine, however, it's a world where everyone is honest, where all lawyers are truthful, where all doctors know and practice their professions for the sole purpose of benefiting the patient, where politicians are sincere and capable lawmakers, where everyone has enough good and wholesome food to eat, food, clothing, and shelter, where child labor is unknown, where personal liberty, personal safety, and security are realities. Only people who are truly honest can possibly enter on the path of true expansion. At this time, the world is full of so-called honest people. While things are going well for them, only for honesty. But where adversity hits them, their honesty takes a back seat and they quickly restore to dishonest methods of operations to avoid financial inconveniences. A really honest person at all time, regardless of any circumstances, which I mean is a really honest person is honest all the time, regardless of circumstances. As far as doctors are concerned, when everyone is living decently and ethically, knowing and following natural universal law, there should be little or no sickness, and therefore no great need for doctors. You see where I'm going with this? Lawyers and politicians will be practically unknown. When everyone is honest, they recognize one another's rights and are always ready to respect them. So aside from a few simple rules, there will be no necessary for laws and lawyers. The golden rule, which represents itself in every major religion and discipline of doing to others as you would have them do to you, is one of the cardinal rules men and women should follow every day and in every way that they live. Where there are neither laws nor lawyers, there will be no need for politicians who are the lawmakers. You following me? The new plan of progression is at our very doorstep and is so far advanced over the old one by which we have been living and merely existing, that the present law will have no bearing on it. The personal liberty of which has been spoke is also more or less dependent upon laws. The more laws, the less personal liberty. Each law brings about more restraint. I'm going to say it again. Each law, less liberty and restraints. And while it is necessary now to have some law in order to prevent the scrutiny, malicious from taking advantage of the ignorant and foolish, as well as those whose disabilities prevent them from the ability to make rational decisions from time to time. Modern politicians might better promote personal liberty by bending their efforts to repeal certain laws rather than constantly enacting new and superfluous ones. After all, the laws are really made the lawbreakers, not the honest people. Once we, all mankind humans, have made the right decisions for the common true laws of life, of protecting our rights, there is nothing to fear. It means constant improving in all departments of life and taking down those whom killing us or for their greed and evilness. And by living in the right kind of life today, and we as planetarians outwitting the destructive forces of tomorrow. Much peace and blessings to all already the forces of good and the forces of evil on the faces of the earth are so equally matched in power and influences on mankind that man finds himself in a neutral state. Taking a neutral position or condition at this time is a most critical and serious choice. Man is entirely responsible for his action he takes and the path he chooses. If he chooses the downward path, he does so on his own free will and quite naturally will suffer the consequences. If he decides to choose the upward path, then he will find himself marvelously rewarded for his outstanding judgment. Wake up. It's nation time, human time. Save the planet, save our people, red, yellow, black, and white. Peace.